Did you ask him?
Did I ask him?
Yeah.
Ask him what?
Why he didn't wear the Barbenheimer shirt that Anthony made for him when we went to go see Barbenheimer 2 summers ago?
No, but I should have, because that would have been a hit. That would have been an absolute hit at the party. Dan, I was like, okay, this is really for the, I'll keep this for the Tuesday episode. We should get into the recap.
Well, now you kind of have to just say it quickly.
Well, basically, like last night I met all of his friends from college. And so it was like a massive crossover event. And Dan felt like he was in like his dream world. He was like,
wow, that shit stresses me out.
He was like, I know it stresses me out
like,
too. It stresses me out too. I was like, because we went to dinner and then he was like, and then I'm going to like this pregame and then we're going out. And I was like,
You're like, where's the invite, babe?
No. I was invited, but when he sent the invite and then at dinner, I was like, I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna like see how I feel at the end of dinner. Like I don't know if I want to like walk into all that. And
you're like, odds are 7 out of 10 of those people will know about my podcast and flock to me.
They
did. I don't want to make Dan feel weird. Shut the fuck. Well, yeah, but they don't know about. They knew about it because they knew about you. They didn't know about it because they knew about the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this one girl said
that doesn't happen all the freaking time.
This one girl said she's gonna start just having it. It keeps her like Slack on if she has a video playing on her browser.
Okay, great hack. We'll take it.
She said that she would just have our YouTube videos just playing.
Okay, I mean that's like secondary, but okay, sure.
They still count towards our plays.
Do they?
Yeah.
I think like there are 3 people on Earth who listen on YouTube. And if you're one of them, hey, babe, thank you so much for being here. We don't do video. So why would people listen on YouTube? I get that. But we do put our videos on or our episodes on YouTube. So you can listen there too. But if anyone were to like find us on YouTube, they'd be like, why are these girls still making a podcast? Like they have like 7 listens per episode. And I just hope that they know that like YouTube's just not like our main format. And maybe one day it will be. Stick around and find out. I don't know.
Maybe. But
by the way, before we get into the recap, I just want to mention on the Patreon, there is a new episode of Other People's Business, which is our pop culture tier 2. And we talked all about our feelings on the Traitors finale. So if you are like clamoring to know what the heck we thought about Rob's move at the end, it's all there. We went into it. And we also talked about other stuff. And did it get weird? Of course, because it's the Patreon and we can do whatever we want there. And then also there's a new episode of The Caroline Show for the Caroline coded tier. And that episode was a little bit like hululu, like a little bit goofy woofy, as it sometimes is. I had a cough drop throughout. I did have a cough drop and I asked permission, realized that you can't answer me. And I was like, Phoebe would absolutely be losing it if I had a cough drop or if I even broached the subject.
Thank God I don't have to edit those episodes.
Yeah. But then I felt like a fraud because when I exported it, it was like magic episode and it cut off like 3 minutes. So like it took, and I was like, well, what if those 3 minutes were pure gold? Who are you to say? And it put it up. So I just want you to know if it looked like it was edited, like that ain't me and that ain't Phoebe. And that was just like the powers that be. But it was funny. And then I started by talking about whatever I wanted. I got into like me ripping my pants at rehearsal and the 3 weird announcements I made in rehearsal on yesterday's rehearsal. I did talk about all 3 of those. And then I also talked about that I'm moving. And then I also talked about neuroplasticity in the brain. And so there's definitely something for everybody is my point. So, on the Caroline Show, just to show you, like, okay, so, like, let's say Phoebe's, like, glass half full type of person. I got on the Caroline Show yesterday, and I was like, okay, so, like, let's just say the worst possible thing in the world happens. And today's the last day on Earth. And I said that, love it. And I was like, how do I want to spend my last day on Earth? I want to stay home. Or I could go clubbing. If it's the last day on Earth, girl, you could go clubbing. And then I was like, well, you can't go clubbing because you're sick. But if it's the last day on Earth, it doesn't matter because you're not going to get anybody sick. It's the last day on Earth. But I did start the podcast by just like kind of being like, what if the worst possible thing happens today? And then I said, and this is when you guys are like, Caroline, that doesn't sound anything like you. And I'm like, I know.
What's your last meal
that I would eat if it was the last day on Earth?
Mm-hmm. You can have whatever you want, as much of anything you want from anywhere.
I won't get sick?
No. You're going to die. Right, you're going to be sent to the freaking chair.
I don't want to... Okay. I didn't know it was that kind of last day on Earth. So it's only my last day on Earth. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I want a few things. I want a girl dinner version of like feasts. You know what I mean? So like, here's the thing. Like, I always love a girl dinner, but sometimes I like the rabbit food grilled dinner, but most times I'm like, what if I want like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and they all take 50 minutes to make. You know what I mean? Like that kind of a thing. Other people, not me. So like I would do like obviously juicy filet mignon cooked perfectly in shallot butter.
Mm-hmm. That's on me. I'm getting that too. And mom and dad's.
And it's like bigger than most people want.
I'm
like
getting yes, I'm getting a big filet, but also because it's my last meal on earth, mom's tenderloin.
But yeah, I'm having at least a little bit of that, or I can make it too because I make it really good. So like there's some sort of like really lean meat there. Lean, of course. Then new thing I'm into, butter chicken. I'm having a really good butter chicken with garlic naan.
Oh,
and basmati rice. Whoa. And I'm having some of that for sure.
Okay.
And then I probably am having a little bit of hummus from Aladdin's. Probably a little bit of that. What else am I gonna have? Oh, I guess some sushi from Little Tokyo.
Yes,
they hamachi.
When I think of my last meal, it's there. That's the main event is Little Tokyo. But also, if it's really like I can get whatever I want.
Have a ginger salad to whet the appetite. But then I also want a Caesar salad. Again, I'm not getting full. Exactly.
And then also, if we're really pulling from the catalog of our life, chicken katsu with teriyaki sauce
from Sushi 3. Oh my God. And I was a visionary when I was like, and no, not with the chicken katsu sauce, the teriyaki sauce.
I know. Yeah. I remember ordering chicken teriyaki, like what the
on
my own, and I was like, hey, this isn't what I ordered.
Fried. Hey, this isn't fried. Send it back. Okay, edamame too is on the table. A few things. One of the things is a slice of dolce de leche cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory.
I'm getting a slice from the Cheesecake Factory as well. Probably, red velvet. But if it's my last meal and I can really customize, it's the red velvet cake. But no, I don't want the white chocolate shavings on the crust.
Okay. It's just like
I just want the icing
make that
there.
Much of a difference. Okay.
No, it does, because then I don't really eat the crust. I want
sort of like on my table, on the table that's set, moving on the table that's set, instead of confetti, it's Bunch of Crunch. Just kind of like all over, just like when I need like something to like cleanse the palate. And
I was going through a phase of
also,
M&Ms.
I have 50 Alani News every flavor, and I don't have to worry about my heart stopping.
I have Diet Coke, and Icy Light.
Okay,
that's it.
I have the Hillstone Crisp Martini, just one because I'm off my ass.
Oh my God! Last night me and Dan got martinis at dinner, and they were, first of all, they took. We had the worst waiter. A waiter so bad I almost wrote a review because I was like,
okay,
I take my friend here who doesn't live here, and you embarrass me.
Big Karen vibes this whole episode, just have to say.
And it took forever for everything to get to our table, and I could see him back there. Like I could just see it, and the bar wasn't busy. Like it wasn't
what are you doing?
That's how it felt. And then after the martinis, we were like, maybe beers will be quicker, and those also took 10 minutes to get to our table. Not a big restaurant anyway. So, but Dan was like, it will be worth it when our freezing cold martinis come to our table, and that we get them. They are lukewarm.
Shut up, warm.
They are not cold. The glasses, there's no frost on the glass. Like the glasses are like.
I permanently have 3 Estelle Martini glasses in my freezer just in case I want to make one.
Exactly.
And I never drink, but like I have 3 in there.
Well, it's like when someone sits down to order a martini, they're not picturing
a warm glass, a tepid glass. Like no,
like I want it freezing cold and basically like 95% brine.
When I was a waitress at Cafe Io, there every Saturday night, this couple came in. And they own a pizza restaurant, like an indoor mott. And every Saturday night they would come in, and we would know they were coming in because they would call us to tell, like, you don't do reservations, but they would call us just like, hey, just so you know, we will be there at this time. Like, save the table. Or make a reservation. Even though you don't take them, we're making one. And so, like, we would chill the glasses in the moment. So you just, if you need to do that, by the way, all you do is fill up the glass with some ice and then water, and then you just let it sit for whatever. And so we would do that and like literally have it sitting there for like an hour waiting for him so that it was actually an ice cold glass when he got there. And that service. All right, so let's get into Roman Holiday, the Gossip Girl episode.
Yes.
Santa baby, We start with a rousing rendition of Santa Baby led by none other than Jenny Humphrey,
Jenny
the Christmas
is
queen.
Love it. Okay, Jenny could. I'm like, why is she so... I understand the allure of Blair and everything, but like, she could easily be head bitch in charge of the
Don't
singers.
worry, she will be.
No, but I mean, like, why doesn't she just like make that her social scene?
Choir?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know if the choir has the amount of street cred that you are insinuating it does. And no offense, I was a choir
No,
kid.
it's not. But I guess that's what Jenny's looking for. So yeah, I guess but in my brain, I was like, why you could have the
But
power
also,
that
here's
you
the other
seek.
thing. At Constance, I do feel like the more extracurriculars, the better. And people like Blair would be like, oh no, it's great that you're in the choir and you do X, Y, and Z. So I don't think that she's escaped the infiltration of the minions by being in the choir, because I think Blair would be like, we need to have representation in every club. Like, you know what I mean?
Rachel Berry.
She treats her minions as though it is a secret society of Yale, you know? So it's like, what are your extracurriculars?
True,
I just think... But I also noticed the choreography a little messy. They're all Santa Baby, and they're talking about whatever, a 54 convertible to light blue. They're singing that famous line, that famed line, and they're all driving a car, an imaginary car, in different directions. Oh my God.
Okay,
the choreographer
crash.
me absolutely
Pile up.
What?
Okay, pile up.
Oh my God, what a disaster.
There was the girl right in front of Jenny, a little bit to the left. If you're watching
the show.
Yes.
I was like, hey girl,
wait,
you know who's
so funny that me and Caroline both
Of course we both clocked it. She was trying to draw focus, and she did.
She did. And Jenny is in a golf hat again. I really like these hats for her.
Yes, I think
with the little
this
palm.
is the saddest part of the show for me, because it's what we could have had. It's what once was. Seeing little Jenny Humphrey in her just beautiful little girl glory. She was, I'm sorry, like, and Taylor Momsen is so beautiful, but like, she kind of, like, some of the things that she does now, like, aren't exactly my vibe, and that's all I'll say about that.
I am like laughing thinking about Addie's text to us, that she was laughing so hard when we said that Jenny took a wine glass and started eating it.
Yeah.
But it is like Jenny, like, I have a very clear image in my head of like Jenny's
little Jenny Humphrey eating a wine glass.
No, but just like the way Jenny changes when she puts on, she like zips up her combat boots and like does like a kick. And she like kicks open the door and she...
Dad, I'm fucking pissed. That's what she says every morning. We all have our affirmations, and Jenny Humphreys are freaking pissed. She walks out, she's like, Dad, I'm not going to school. They don't get me there, and neither do you.
And then as she walks out,
I'm going to snort coke, by the way. I don't need
walks out
coffee.
the
I've
door,
got cocaine, Dad.
She takes her arm on the kitchen island, and just swipes everything over.
She's like, you made a mess, and walks out. As she steps in the waffle in her combat boot, and Rufus is like, who are you and what have you done with my little girl? Yeah, that's what's to come, by the way. Little preview of what little Jay's, the path she's gonna be taking us down with her. But like, this little Jay is prime. I'm just like, she's so beautiful. And I just remember being like, she's the blueprint. And then everything changed. So anyway, it's okay though. But we do thank her for the iconic shit she gave us. Sirens outside. What's going on? These days when I hear sirens, I'm like, this could be worse than the normal.
You guys are getting nuked.
Yeah. Okay, so but where are we? Everyone's wondering. We're at the annual Constance Bazaar. And talk about bizarre. I used to think it was crazy when I would play Neopets and the word bazaar would come up, Bazaar.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds too much like bizarre.
I agree. I don't like it. What's the restaurant in New York?
In this case, makes sense because this bazaar is featuring the sale of used goods from the richest of the rich. Yeah, Harper's Bazaar. Is it just like a place where you can get any old thing? Well, I feel like it's a collection of like different eclectic kind of goods, and like that's what it is.
A bazaar is a traditional permanent or semi-permanent marketplace found primarily in the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia, characterized
appropriation
by rows of small shops, stalls, and open air, bustling commerce, originating from Persian.
Okay,
well, that's AI. I know, but it says Persian.
Okay, well, use your brain. Sorry, your brain's on alcohol. You can't.
Your brain's on
backing
alcohol.
up as far as I can to cough. I know Phoebe.
This is your brain. This is your brain. This is your brain on alcohol.
Alcohol. On alcohol and a winter Steelers cap.
And actually, the egg, instead of putting it into a hot plate, when your brain is on alcohol, you just crack the egg and put it on a cold surface, and it just kind of like sits there.
It just kind of sits there, and it's like, wait, this is goofy. Okay, but also it's like, you just put a bunch of eggs in the bed, and then you sit on it, and then it's like Wuthering Heights. That's what your brain is on lust. On feral lust, that's what your brain is.
When you're H'd up, when you're absolutely H'd
when you're absolutely H word. I have been listening nonstop to that, by the way, that album.
I know.
Okay, anyway. Oh yeah, you do know that. Shut up. Okay, so we're at the annual Constance Bazaar. It's just all weird shit. We got like a butter churner thing, and Dan and Serena are like, look at all these kooky things. And shocker, Dan's in a bad mood. Like, Dan's always in a bad mood these days.
Also, Dan, why are you right now dressed like a 40-year-old man with your scarf?
Because he's a curmudgeon. He's a certified curmudgeon.
Yes. Which is, I love when mom comes downstairs and she's like, Dad is just such a curmudgeon.
Mr. Magoo's here. Dad's being such a freaking curmudgeon. Yeah.
I specifically love when mom is in like a super goofy mood and dad is in Mr. Magoo land.
But also what's crazy is like more often than not, now these days, dad's in a goofy mood and mom's like, get away from me. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, what do you want, Mom? Do you want to be Mr. Magoo or Mr. freaking Personality Hire? You choose.
Anyway, so they're shopping, and you can tell the panic is there for Serena. She like doesn't really know what she's gonna get.
But why is Dan in a bad mood? It feels like summer. He says Christmas should be snowy. I would even settle for Manhattan slush.
You global warming
Grinch.
You're
the global warming Grinch. And it's like, hey, Serena, global warming is actually a big freaking deal, and you shouldn't be joking about it like this. It's the bazaar.
But also, I'm like, how warm is Dan? If it's so hot, if you're so
feels
hot
like
right now,
summer.
Why are you in a coat and scarf?
Summer in Manhattan?
Why are you're in a coat and scarf?
Have you seen the heat waves rising off the pavement? It's sorry, I sound like Maura Higgins for a second. I think I actually can do that accent, but I'm scared too.
Good.
I won an award for doing that accent in college, but hers is a little bit more intense.
It's very intense.
My snot is gonna make this harder. I'm thinking Rob's a traitor. Rob's a traitor.
Like it's not. No, she enunciates both T's and traitor.
No, she doesn't. No, she does not. Traitor. No, she doesn't.
I guess because her T's are so crazy. Otherwise,
I'm thinking Rob's a traitor. It can't be Rob. It's got to be Eric, right?
Right? Her talking in her confessionals. The thing is, like, when she's in her confessionals, I feel like that's the first time she's really thought about gameplay. Like, she's in the they're asking her questions, and she's like, wait.
She's like, okay, sorry, the game is starting now. The game starts when she's in her confessionals, and then she's on break. Anyway, so Dan's being the global warming Grinch, and Vanessa shows up. Everyone's decked out in Christmas outfits, by the way, except for Dan. Again, he is giving Grinch. And it's like, it makes sense. Actually, what have we found out? The Grinch Who Stole Christmas is actually the childhood story of Dan Humphrey and Jenny Humphrey.
I can look at you and say whatever I want to you. Actually.
I can look at you however I want. And I can say whatever I want to you. Actually.
I new vocal tick.
Love that moment.
New stem is right there.
Actually,
oh my God.
No, I love that moment. Okay, so Vanessa shows up. And she's got a Christmas gift for Dan. Insane delivery to be like, I'm going to hand deliver this. We all know, Vanessa, that you were probably waiting in his room. You probably climbed up the fire escape and climbed in through his window, broke the window. You were waiting in his room for him. He didn't come back. You were like, he must be at the bazaar. So you came to the bazaar, and now you're here to give him his Christmas gift in front of his girlfriend. Weird vibes.
Very weird. And also, it's a very, unfortunately, I hate to give her credit, thoughtful gift. Kind of not a gift, though.
Kind of not a gift. And also, well, I mean, it is, but it's like, I was not sure if Dan was going to be pissed off or happy.
Because it's a little bit like
sneaky.
Vanessa, did you like read his diary and decide something and there was a story and you took it and submitted it to the New Yorker?
Every page of your diary, and I chose 10.
I chose your strongest
10
work.
entries that I thought were the best, and then I pulled the internet and I put them all on the internet and I asked people, okay, what do you think is the best story here? These are Dan Humphrey's journal entries.
It would be very scary to have someone be like, I've secretly found this thing of your writing and like it's gonna be in the New Yorker.
I also knew where it was, knew where to find it. Okay,
immediately. It's like I don't get to like do one more pass through of it and like edit it one more time.
I know, like I was really not sure how Dan was gonna react because I feel like later on in the show something similar happens and like he doesn't react well to it. But basically what's happened here is Vanessa hands him a copy of the New Yorker and he's like, I mean, thanks for the gift, but you know I have a subscription already. She's like, I know I'm not stupid. Of course I know that, Dan. Of course I know that. We signed up for our subscriptions together. Of course I know that.
We actually have the family plan, you and me.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, but no, look closer. There's actually a letter. And actually, I want Serena to read it. I'm like, okay, Vanessa, like a little much. So Serena starts reading the letter and we find out that Dan Humphrey's story called 10805 is going to be published in the New Yorker's 20 Under 20.
So is
and Dan is freaking the heck out.
Is October 8th, 2005. 8th. Is that when
Phoebe, you were 4 years old.
I was 4.
Oh my God. You were 4 years old. I was 10. So I am 6 years older than you. You always are like, no, you're only 5 years older than me. And I'm at the point in my life where I should start letting that be true. But I was always told I was 6.
You're 5.5 years older than me, and Lily is 4.5 years younger than me.
Can you believe Lily is 10 years younger than me? That's a crazy number of years.
I know. And when I do the math in my head for like how I'm going to have my kids, I'm like, I can only get 8 years between my oldest and youngest. And I want them to have a big age gap.
Huh.
I do. I'm going to have one.
Were you inspired by mine and Lily's relationship to give your
No,
kids
there's actually this one picture that's on my Pinterest board from when I was
holding Lily?
A kid. No, but it's of like an older boy tossing a football to a younger boy.
And you're going to make your kids recreate that.
It's like, it's in my brain. I'm like, I kind of want that. Like, I want the boy coming home from college and like playing with his younger brother.
Well, girls can do that too.
I know, but I want boys. So.
You only want boys? Oh my God, you are sexist as fuck.
No, I've actually come around to the idea of having one girl. I think that could be really cute.
God, I hope you don't get girls because they're going to be unloved. They're going to be unloved, seems like.
That's not.
I don't know if I'm having
girls,
kids. I don't know if I'm having
girls, if you're listening, that is not true. I love you very much.
If I did have kids and you're listening to this, go the fuck to sleep. And also,
it could be any time of day.
I just didn't know if I wanted to have you yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously, if I did, then I was happy to.
Don't hold this shit against us. We're just kids, me and Caroline. We're just kids talking here.
No, we are just kids. I'm like a literal little girl.
But anyway, so, I want one kid, and then I'm gonna have the next one 2 years later, and then I'm gonna wait 4 years, have the next one, and then I'm gonna wait 2 more years. So they'll each have a buddy. But then there'll be 8 years between the oldest and the youngest.
Yeah, I just don't know if I'm having them, and this is stressing me out now, so stop it. Okay, so Serena is reading it, whatever. We find out a short story is being published. I do think it's crazy Vanessa submitted it without his knowledge, whatever. And Serena's like, well, I've never even gotten to read anything. And Vanessa's like, oh, don't worry. He doesn't show them to anyone, but I knew exactly where to find them, and I snuck in and got it. Okay, whatever. So he tells Vanessa this is actually the best present ever. Serena, panic. Serena, panic, stricken.
Serena, I'm like, it's December 23rd. You have nothing?
You have nothing? I'm actually shocked you don't have an entire treasure trove of gifts for him. I'm surprised you didn't buy gifts for him to give to you. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. So, okay. Shocker, Rufus and Alison are now showing up to the bazaar, and they are at each other's throats. They get out of the cab, and Rufus goes, can't believe we just took a cab for $32. I'm like, sounds like a fucking steal, by the way. And she goes, well, I can't believe that you wanted to wait, and we were going to be late. We were going to wait for the train. And they're like fully arguing, and they run into none other than Lily and Bartholomew Bass.
Bartholomew's crazy.
I thought it was weird when Lily introduces him as Bartholomew Bass. I'm like, you say Bart. But she's trying to act very like impersonal, you know, with them. So whatever. So Lily's like, oh, you remember? And Bartholomew is like, oh, yes, we met at Eleanor's. And Allison's like, Eleanor's? Who the fuck is Eleanor? Allison, I
have real issues with you this episode.
Allison, you don't have any room to be mad about anything.
At all. And it gets
worse.
Goes on. It gets worse in the episode. I'm like, what do you think? You suck.
Literally. So then Lily and Bart walk away and Allison immediately goes for Lily Vanderwoodsen's jugular. She's like, oh, I see Lily's already scouting her next billionaire. Like, chill, girl. Chill.
And hey, Rufus, I don't like that you're an accomplice. This is kind of like when someone around you says a slur and you don't correct them.
And you just are like, okay, I'll let you be you. It's like, no, make them better.
Rufus says, I think she's been scouting this one for
What about
a while.
leaving the world better than you found it? Like, what about
whatever happened to that? And change because
whatever happened to that? I haven't seen it in years. Okay, so Lily and Bart recapping the little moment though, way nicer than Allison and Rufus. And I'm like, just don't judge a book by its cover.
Considering, actually, never mind. I was gonna say considering like the difference in history, which just
I like when you say never mind and then you go full steam ahead. You're like, I was gonna say this, but never mind, and then you fully say it.
Well, I want people to know that I thought better of it, but then it's like, well, I've already said never mind.
Like,
people are gonna be like, you
guys are absolutely dying to know, and I can tell. But Lily and Bart recapping is so much nicer. She's like, and we find out that she still doesn't really want anyone to know that they're hooking up. Like he's still on the DL, and she's like, I'm just beginning to trust you again. And he's like, okay, but like that was a misunderstanding. And it's just not like it's not us starting on a good foot if we are keeping this a secret. And I'm ready to go pub. I think our secrecy means we're doomed.
Mm-hmm.
And then Blair walks up, and I will just say, Blair speaking to adults when she's being polite is me as a kid speaking to adults.
Yes, 100%,
and sometimes still.
Yes. For sure.
And I mean that in like she's being very polite and like she's just good with adults. And when she's not scheming against them.
Which she does
honestly,
later.
I just like no one can ever make me turn against Blair. Like this episode for her, first of all, she and Eleanor had me laughing out loud. I did write down their entire Central Park walking scene for us to redo because like, I'm sorry, Eleanor Waldorf Emmy Wen for this one scene.
I know she's on my list, my retroactives. She's
so fucking funny.
One day I'm gonna get to have something similar to the Lost Culture Awards called Phoebe's Retroactives. And
I'm not okay, so I wasn't involved in that.
Well, it's kind of you'll be there, but it's kind of like my thing.
Oh. By the way, Lost Culture Awards is for both of the hosts, so I'm interested how that's similar at all then.
Well, I just mean it's a kind of a fake award show.
Well, I wouldn't. I guess that makes sense because I would never host a fake award show. Only a real one.
The first class of winners will be as follows: Troy and Belisario for her work in Pretty Little Liars.
Side note: Troy and Belisario Homeland remake when? Troy and Belisario was Carrie Matheson when?
She is her.
And if you just needed something to get you into Homeland and you were like, I don't know if I want to watch it, like. Literally,
I told
Claire
Phoebe, Danes
as think of it as Spencer Hastings in another timeline or not, or just in like 10 years.
Grown up. And
then Phoebe was like, okay, and started watching it, and she was like, wait, no, that's exactly what it is.
The similarities are uncanny.
Yeah, no, it's like, crazy. She's always just like running around pulling her hair out, like, oh, nobody believes me.
Only Spencer would sleep with the person that she thinks is a traitor to the United States of America.
100%. She can
and then be like, what? When he finds out she thought he was a traitor, she's like, what was I supposed to think?
She's like, the body doesn't know that though. The pheromones didn't know that though. And I got H-word. And he was there.
And I had to fuck you in my car and then take you to my cabin.
Well, I need you to finish season 1 so we can talk about it. Because
I'll probably
your head's gonna blow off your body when you watch it.
I think I was warm with what I said to you.
Do you?
I do.
Can't tell you. Okay, so
Troy and Belisario for Pretty Little Liars. Brittany Snow for Hairspray.
And Pitch Perfect.
But specific, her Amber Von Tussle.
Throw it in there.
Honorary mention for Pitch Perfect, but Amber Von Tussle
She's got coot in science class. She's like a walking show.
She's so good in that movie. Like, I remember thinking, like, that's a mean girl. Like, that is a mean girl.
Ran away because it couldn't take the smell.
There's one other one that I can't remember right now. But there's another one that
I don't even know if it's in the movie, is it?
No, not there's not a song. I mean, there's one other actress that I can't think of right now who's on my list.
Eleanor Waldorf. You just said.
No. Her, but there's.
You said she's on your list.
Oh, Leighton Meester for Blair.
Duh. And actually, it's so true. If you were to just like watch this episode from the perspective of like acting, she is acting circles around everybody. Like, and I remember thinking that when I watched the show for the first time, I was like, I get it. I get that it's a CW show. But her commitment to Blair Waldorf, like Leighton Meester, seeing her in real life is almost jarring because she is nothing like Blair Waldorf, which is like just makes it even crazier that she was so
and I
good.
feel like, and I don't want to give Camila Mendes a little like too much credit, but I feel like she tried to do the same thing with Veronica of like taking a CW character where the writers aren't overtly giving it that much depth.
Veronica's very much inspired by Blair Waldorf.
And I think they both, and it makes sense, Camila, I think she went to NYU because she's friends with Maggie Rogers. So like the acting, she looked at the role, I feel like, differently than most actors who go into a CW show. And looking for those moments where you can really like show the depth of the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's not
if anybody else had been cast as Blair, I don't know if we would have the same.
No, I don't. I totally agree. She is the heartbeat of the show. Okay,
100%.
Okay, so Blair walks up to Lily and Bart, and she's very polite, and we find out that Charles is at Bart's hotel in Monaco.
What is with this? We're all calling each other by our government names. When they call him Charles,
I'm like, chill. And Bart's going to be joining him for New Year's. And Blair was like, oh, I was wondering why he was so quiet. Monaco answers my question. Bye. And then she texts him. She's like, Monaco, huh? What's up? Why are you there? Monaco, huh? And then Serena runs up and Blair's like, oh! Blair's like, get away from me, girl. I have to go. My dad landed in from Paris 27 minutes ago. And Serena's like, Blair, you have 2 enormous candy canes. Should you be eating those? And Blair's like, it's tradition.
Hey, do not make me get on that thing.
Okay, do not make me get on that thing. If you don't know what we're quoting, go watch Megan Alvarez's video, okay? I think it's the first Mona Vanderwall appearance we get, and we are quoting Hannah Merritt.
She is
They go, there's a scale, and Megan Alvarez says Hannah Merritt goes, okay, do not make me get on that thing.
I want to know if
Spencer goes, no one was going to make you get on it.
I want to know what the writing process for that.
I want to be in the writer's room. I want to be in the Megan Alvarez writer's room.
And I feel like we kind of are.
Probably love to have us.
I feel like we kind of are. Like the podcast is of her brainstorming.
Imagine if we did get in the writer's room with her and she was like, okay, that's like way too much. Like that would never. She's like, wait, you guys are going way too far, because we're like, okay, Ellen Montgomery on ketamine, okay? Hands bright green. And in this one, she is hanging in the air singing Defying Gravity.
And she took
too much of her drug.
And then when she's done, she stumbles into a room and she walks in on Melissa and Emily.
And they're hooking up. And we'll figure out how you're going to film it. But they're hooking up. They're hooking up.
Ella tries to tell everyone and no one believes them.
And then we hear, I see you. Allison is watching. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. And we didn't even know she was alive yet.
She's freaking pissed, of course. And Megan's like, yeah, no, I'll definitely let you know if I end up using this idea. She's like, I don't have the budget, support.
It might just be a little bit hard to do with just me. Just me in the video might be a little hard.
Yeah. We're like, okay, figure it out.
But I do. Hey, Megan, if you ever get to this episode,
she won't.
I would like to see you do a Melissa.
I mean, I would love a Emily storyline at some point. What are we waiting for?
She's like, okay, I don't know if my general followers are really gonna get it.
Girl,
it's like we'll buy a cameo from her and she can just do it for just us.
They'll learn. True, she is on Cameo. Imagine we buy a cameo from her. Don't tell her. We just put very specific notes.
Wait, we should find out when her birthday is.
That's fine.
and pay her to do work for us.
Okay, so Serena is talking to Blair. Blair is holding massive candy canes because she and her dad get them every year. It's tradition. And then she's like, I gotta go. And then Serena starts talking in French. And I'm like, does she speak every language? Why didn't she just speak a different language in every episode? So Blair gets passed up for a cab and screams, nice holiday spirit, Scrooge. And we find out it's allegedly going to be a real Waldorf Christmas, or at least Christmas Eve, because apparently Christmas Day is just for Blair, Dorota, and Eleanor, which I kind of love. Like,
it's sweet.
I love that vibe.
Well, I guess that makes
Blair's
sense
plan,
with the text that I sent you earlier. Like, I was kind of miffed.
Why
that you come all the way from France for Christmas and you leave on Christmas Day.
on Christmas Day, yeah. But I do think that is probably why.
But Serena is like, Blair, can you please help me with Dan's gift? And Blair is like,
Blair
sorry.
first shares her plan with Serena, which is that her plan, she doesn't know Romana's coming. Spoiler alert. She thinks just her dad is coming. And she's like, I'm going to convince him to stay here. And like, he's not getting back on that plane. And I am like, he's going to stay here in New York with me. He belongs here with me. He only left to ride out the scandal. Time to come home, don't you think? I just love it. And then Serena's like, so anyway, I need a gift for Dan.
And Blair's like, I don't think of gifts for people that aren't in my tax bracket.
No, exactly. Dan's like, she's like, I don't know, get him a new outfit for Cedric. Like, and then she gets in the cab and drives away.
And then Blair arrives home to find that Harold is back. And
kind of crazy, he calls her Blair Bear.
I think it's sweet.
He goes, Blair Bear. Her relationship with her dad, like,
is like someone's relationship with their gay uncle.
I know. It breaks my heart, though, like, how much she just, like, loves him
he treats
so
it like
much.
The way that he acts throughout this whole thing is, you're not acting like that's your daughter. You're acting
Roman
like that's like your cute little niece.
Like it's his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Roman is more invested in fixing the relationship with Blair than it seems like Harold is, and that's a problem.
And I don't know if it's like Harold's in denial or what it is, but like he is really missing the mark.
He's really missing the mark. I think also like Blair is so intent on acting, you know, like nothing bothers her and mature and whatever, and it's like, so he almost sees Blair the way that she wants the world to see him, whereas Eleanor sees Blair for like who she actually is. And that's just where like Harold doesn't see it for some reason. So turns out Roman's with her dad, which she did not expect. And he is like so sweet to her right away. He's like, oh, Blair, like you're so beautiful and delicate yet full of flavor like a macaron. And she's like, shut the fuck up. Hey, shut the fuck up. She's like, I'm strict. I run a strict program. Shoes on in the house. Holy shit. Dorota? She's pissed.
Do you see this?
Dorota. Okay, so Eleanor walks in and is like, oh yeah, I was also shocked when he showed up. And Harold's like, no, but this is the perfect chance for us to get to know each other. Hey, what are you thinking? Did you forget who your daughter is?
I don't understand it.
Christmas? As if Blair isn't like
and you
the
missed
holiday
Thanksgiving?
keeper, the keeper of the holidays. Like,
I know that you missed Thanksgiving because Eleanor told you to, but like you are the dad at the end of the day. You should have said, no, I need to see my kid.
Yes. And I don't believe that Eleanor didn't call you and say, okay, that was a mistake. Like Blair was
and so
really
now
upset.
you're only
really
here. You're only here for
you.
2 days, and you're gonna
Bring him,
like,
and it's like I get that like time
you guys
together
are
is more
dating, but,
limited
like,
now, but like also you guys have all the money in the world, so it doesn't have to be. And you still could have like addressed this whole topic of her, like we're gonna get to it, where he's like, we want you to come spend next summer with us. Like you still could have addressed that, and it might have gone better if Roman wasn't here for it, for you to like break all of this crazy news to Blair. But it's like, do you really think Blair's not gonna care?
Right.
Like I wonder if Eleanor has created this image of it, like, oh well, we don't care, we don't need you.
Maybe.
And Blair's under the umbrella. And I wonder if Blair is like, oh no, daddy, like I'm totally fine, like I'm great, like
yeah.
Because if he thinks she's sad, like he's not gonna want to like be there with her. I don't know.
I do think that's a possibility, but I'm still to Harold. I'm like,
yeah, I mean,
but that's like you can't.
But
you still have to show up. It doesn't matter.
It's like at the end of the day, I'm happy for you that you are living your truth and you are truly in love with somebody and that this is your life now. But let's not ignore the fact that you uproot.
You have a kid.
You lit other people's lives on fire and then you just left. And it's like, as much as like, yes, like we all do need to be happy for you to like live your truth. Your wife is also allowed to be heartbroken, to be angry at you, to mourn the loss, especially with it being Roman, who is one of her like top models that she like. The betrayal is so deep here, and it needs to be okay for them to feel betrayed. And I feel like Harold needs to have a little bit more empathy for their situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I agree. So...
But this is cute. Blair gives her dad the candy cane. She's like, this is for you. And then she's like, one more. And she's like, oh, this is for you. And she gives it to Roman.
It's very, and I feel like Blair is almost better than Eleanor at regulating her emotions in those moments. I know she acts up later, but in this, it's like that was a very emotionally mature thing to do, I think.
It was
more than you would expect from her.
Right. And it's also like when her dad's around, she can't, like when he turns his back, she can start to act up a little, but like if he's watching. So we're at the Humphreys. I hate this trope of like TV people decorating the tree on Christmas Eve.
I know. Who does that? Except for our neighbors growing up.
Really?
They're a family, they do the Christmas tree on Christmas Eve.
Okay, that's weird. My tree was up in February.
That's the only thing that's weird about them.
Yes. I FaceTimed Mom and she saw that my tree was up. She's like, your tree is still up? And I was like, okay, number one, chill. Like, I'm busy. Number two, it is still up. Okay, I'm going to be taking it down. But then I was at their house teaching and I was like leaving and I look out and it's nighttime. And, the house behind them that has like all the glass windows and like whatever. All of their Christmas decorations are up. Tree lit up. It's March. So, Mom,
their house is, their house is not the standard. They leave their houses on. Their houses.
Their lights on.
They leave their lights on all the time, and they let their dog out at all hours of the day.
No, it's not the same house. It's not the dog house, but the dog is a problem.
A problem that's made its way to Facebook.
I know. It's a war on Facebook. I love it. Okay, so the Humphreys, as they're decorating the tree, they're deciding whether or not Dan has peaked because now he's got his dream girl and he's published in the New Yorker. So, like, it's all downhill from here.
And this is another thing. I'm like, this just isn't how life works. Like, the kid just, like, going through the Christmas cards, opening them.
All of them on one day, on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's just, like, not how it works. But then he finds a letter, he opens it, and I'm like, Dan...
He knew what he was doing.
I would pretty immediately know that this wasn't a Christmas card because it looks like a handwritten letter.
Yeah. And he's like, okay, this one says, meet me on the 24th. And Allison's like, Dan, stop. And it's like, okay, you didn't have to do that. Made yourself look really guilty. Al. Big Al. Also, made yourself look really fucking guilty.
She could have just been like, he's like so delusional. Like he thinks we're still doing this. Like, I'm not going to see him.
Let's be clear, by the end of the episode, I have no more clarity on the situation, really. Like, it's not clear what she actually told this man or not. Like,
that's true.
You know what I mean?
Imagine she's like, I'm just going to go to Hudson for a bit. I'm just going to enjoy my time there. I'm just going to go back to Brooklyn for a bit. I'm just going to enjoy it, be there with my kids, maybe fuck my husband a couple times.
I'll be back for New Year's and we can share a New Year's kiss at midnight. I'll be back for that. But Allison stops him and Rufus is like, what the fuck is that? And Rufus walks over, rips it out of Dan's hand, and it's like, oh, great. Like, it's from your freaking boy toy. It's from
lover.
Alex, your boy toy. It's from your lover. Yeah. Rufus does use the word lover, and I hate that. And the kids are all there, and they can hear all of this, and, like, the adults are, like, having it out over this. And Allison's like, no, I told you it's over, and I mean it, and I'm home now. And, like, Rufus is like, well, I'm not going to let this ruin Christmas, Al. And that's that situation. Okay, here's the best scene in the episode. I'm gonna send you a picture of the scene. I want you to be Blair so I can be Eleanor. And don't get used to it. Because obviously if there is a Blair moment, I will be doing it. Okay. Oh, I just got invited to a party, of course.
All right, let's do this. Phoebe and me read this one.
Yeah. Okay, ready? So you're starting off.
I can't believe you're okay with this.
Who said I am okay with this? What am I supposed to do? Make a scene? Behave like some pathetic scorned wife? No.
Roman does not even know how to ice skate. Can't you escort him out of the park on your way to your meeting? Maybe drop him at the nail salon?
I cannot bother myself trying to wrestle Roman away from you. I have to mentally prepare. I am meeting with the head of Victoria's Secret after all. But the physical comedy, they're both wearing hats, and then like she brings her hands up and I cannot bother myself trying to wrestle Roman away from you. And like her hands are all up in her. And I think it's so, and she just like adjusts her hat ever so slightly. And I'm sorry, but like physical comedy queen. It's so funny. And also physical comedy queen was me last night saying, is this the episode of the Caroline show where Phoebe drags me up the stage with a cane? Because imagine that.
That's our live show.
Yes, and I'm like, no, let me do more buffaloes. Let me do more buffaloes. And you're like, no, bitch, and you drag me up with a long cane. Long. Because I'm center stage. Anyway, it's just so funny. It's just such a funny, goofy, like the line reads here are so good. And Roman overhears Victoria's Secret and's like, huh? Huh?
That's my favorite store.
Sorry, what? What'd you say?
It's my favorite store.
It's my favorite store. And she's like, well, yes, okay, fine. I'm designing a line of retro chic sleepwear. And then Blair interrupts. She's looking, yeah, and I'm looking forward to the samples. We're all very proud. Mom, why don't you go talk with him? And then she pushes them off together. And Eleanor's like, oh, fine, I'll tell you about it. And
that was good. That was
Blair
good.
Thank
impression.
you.
So yeah, she's talking with Harold. They're together now, and he's like, so is Nate coming? I'm like, okay, king of the sore subject.
And king of the boys, like, you're with your daughter, be happy with that. Let that be enough for once. My God.
Don't call him handsome.
Well, I think Blair and Nate are like together right now.
I know, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he knows that they ever weren't, though.
I guess that's fair.
Because he wasn't there for Thanksgiving.
True.
So
True.
So Blair's like, I want you to be here and you don't have to miss any of this. And he goes, well, I can't be in two places at once. And it's like, okay, not the answer I was looking
also,
for.
Like, if you are an adult with any brain, it's clear that's not what she's saying.
Yes, you can. No, yeah, you can. If you're an adult with any brain, yes, you can be in two places at once. And you should know that.
Harold?
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, by the way, we bought a vineyard in France with Roman. And Blair's like Blair's beret goes flying through Central Park,
marching to her room.
It's right, yeah, exactly. It is that scene. It is that scene. I saw this hilarious video that I sent to my boss the other day that was like, when somebody tells a social media girl they will not be in her video, and it's literally just that scene. It's the girl lip syncing to the scream, and she cuts out pictures of people in the company, puts them down on a piece of paper, and starts writing. And I was like, that's me. People are like, I don't want to be on camera. I'm like, get over that. It's 2026. Do you want to go viral
We're
or
all
not?
on camera.
Do you want to go viral? Or yeah, even if you don't, okay, then I better see you showing up to the office with AI facial recognition makeup on. I better see you with spots all over your face when you come into the office because you're afraid of the cameras in the street filming you. Then I better see you showing up like that at the next town hall. Thanks. Okay, so someone comes up to Eleanor.
Wait, you start you're in meetings. You're in meetings. You see people who have told you that they won't be in videos have their camera on in a meeting. You message to the whole group. Looks like at this person's camera's on. So I guess you can be on camera.
Okay with cameras, huh? News to me. Oh, I was surprised to see you here today on camera. So someone comes up to Eleanor, kind of a daddy, kind of a silver fox.
Yes, and I famously love a silver fox.
Oh, you do?
I do. Well, okay. You don't hear me out.
Well, we all know that. We all know you wanted your H word for Joe Biden, but
what I will say is
Phoebe not correcting me there is hilarious.
As a kid, I loved Anderson Cooper. There's another one I can't think of right now.
Andy Cohen.
Oh, him, yeah, too. But
really?
He's recently come back around. Like,
I was kind of joking. I didn't know you wanted to fuck Andy Cohen.
As a kid, I don't think I thought he was cute, but now I like his hair that length.
As a kid, you didn't want to fuck Andy Cohen, but now as an adult,
and now as an adult, I'm ready. I'm rearing to go.
I'm ready for you, Andy.
There's something about a man, like an old man.
Yeah, no,
totally. Not old.
Okay.
Unless you're Joe Biden. Joe Biden is past the point.
Joe Biden is young at heart.
Joe Biden is past his prime.
Okay, I'll admit it.
Okay,
for the first time ever.
Fine.
Joe Biden might be past his prime, but he is still a sex god to me. Okay?
I'm like Leslie Knope in that way. If I ever go on Good Hang with Amy Poehler, that will be a conversation that we have.
We also talked a lot about that on the Caroline show. I'm just remembering all the things I talked about.
The hypothetical episode of me on Good Hang.
Yeah, no, I was talking about Good Hang. I was talking about Jonathan Groff on Good Hang because you know what he said? He said he has a cough drop every single time he's on stage. The whole show, he has one in his mouth. I know. And I went through a few things. It was like, number one, that makes sense with the amount of saliva that comes out of him when he's on stage. But also, like, I was like, I have a cough drop in my mouth right now. I'm terrified. Like, it's clanking around in there. It's changing. Yeah. Changes I guess if you practice with it in your mouth, but then you would need it to be the exact same size at every point. I know. And he has it in there and it doesn't affect the way that he speaks. And then I was like, what if you like suck in and you choke? Like I choked on a peach Jolly Rancher in Brooks Brothers once and it was one of the scariest moments of my life. What if you did that?
Choking is one of my biggest fears.
He has one in every show that he does.
And you can't talk.
true.
That's how
Just wave your arms
I
around.
when I learned that you couldn't talk when you were choking, I was like, okay, there are a lot of fakers. There are a lot of fakers in the world. Because I've seen people quote unquote choke telling me actively that they're choking.
If they're talking, I'm like, hey, they're fine. No, don't worry. No, I'm like,
don't
needed.
mind them.
They fully die. You're like, well, they were talking. It was like they must have died of something else. They must have had a pre-existing condition because you can't talk while you're choking. Okay, so this man comes up to Eleanor. He's like, I can't find the ice skating rink. And I'm like, I just know he's hitting on her right away because she is not the most friendly looking woman in Central Park. Like, she's not the person I'm walking up to ask, you know? Nothing about her is giving, like, approach me, you know?
Not at all. And she's like, it's right there. Don't you
she's
fucking
like,
see it?
Turn around.
Are you blind?
She's literally like, she's like, pushes him. She's like, away with you, plebeian. Yeah, like, literally.
Shatters his kneecap.
Yeah. And then Roman is like, that handsome man was just flirting with you. And Eleanor's like, no, he wasn't. And hits Roman with her bag.
She pushes Roman over and he hits his kneecap.
She literally does, though, actually take her purse
massacre.
and hit Roman. That actually happens. She goes, no, he wasn't. And she hits him with her massive purse.
You know who would have a key with Eleanor?
Who?
KK.
They would be like low-key frenemies, though. Like it would
be like an Arrested Development. It would be like
for them to
Mrs.
develop a
Bluth
rapport.
and Liza Minnelli. The beef that they have in that show.
Yes. KK, you hanging out with Eleanor Waldorf, we think it would be like Lucille Bluth and
Liza Minnelli.
That's what we think. That's what we see. Okay, so Eleanor's like, oh, Roman, it's going to be dull for you to sit and watch them skate. So he agrees he'll get on the ice and try it out. And Blair's like, okay, welcome to the freak show.
And then Blair pushes Eleanor over.
Freak show now.
That is one of the best videos on the internet.
That's what Guess we're just the freak show now. Okay,
Me, after I push someone off a stage and kill her with a music stand.
I'm just a freak show now, and I'm watching your funeral in class.
Me when I wear a bowl cap to school.
Guess just a freak show now.
Guys, we are crazy today.
Okay. So Vanessa is working at the coffee shop, but we learned about that she works there.
A weird fucking the cheetah print thing that she's wearing.
Let me tell you, I got screamed at for not wearing literal jeans when I was a barista and I had a knee brace on. I was like, I have a knee brace on, the jeans won't go over. And she goes, figure it out. Literally, I was like, bitch, I'm wearing black pants. And you're going to act like this to me? Oh my God, one time she came up, store was completely empty and I like had my phone out. I think I was checking the schedule and she goes, and I'm like, hey. And I was like so nice to this woman because I'm nice to all people who are in authority at first. And I'm like, hi. And she goes, put your phone away. I saw that. She was such a fucking bitch, literally. And like, I'm going to just go on record and say it. Like, you don't need to act. It's not that serious. I was the best barista you had. I was like, that's the thing. Like, if you're going to hire me, I'm going to probably be the best one at whatever it is because I'm too scared not to be. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. So you don't need to yell at me about anything. I'm not going to like be on the phone when I'm supposed to be taking a customer's order or making but you wanted me, like, you were like, go wipe the counters. I did, girl. They're wiped. Like, I'm allowed to check the schedule. Oh, no one can see me. There's a massive espresso machine in front of me, lady. Oh, I hated her. I was like, this isn't the army. Like, you don't need to treat me like this.
So Vanessa's like,
you're acting like you don't know I'm the Queen of Beverly Road. I've worked everywhere on this street. I run this town. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go next door to Taco Diablo and work there. Fuck you.
And you did.
And I did.
You took your phone and your bob with you.
And I said, I'm taking my fuck ass bob. I'm taking my fucking phone. And I'm going to go work where they let me be on the phone as much as I want. Because I'm the best there too.
You turned around right before you left the door and you said, and today I made history.
And then I did a salute, a 2-finger salute.
Anyway, Vanessa is wearing what looks like the thing that they put on boxers, but in between browns, like that kind of like silk robe. That's like the cut of it, but it's magenta trim and cheetah print.
She's in a lot of leopard this episode. Lots of leopard.
Okay, Caroline,
she's working.
The subtle correction. Not cheetah print. You fucking buffoon.
That is not cheetah. That is leopard. It's a generic leopard print. Okay, so anyway, Dan has like a bunch of copies of the New Yorker in front of him, and Vanessa's like, okay, big head much? And they decide to make this like a running joke. And he's like, no, I'm reading previous publishees. And he's like, God, I'm never going to be able to top this gift for you unless, of course, I rig the Oscars for one of your documentaries. She's like, and you will.
Hey, that's not funny,
will.
Serena. Hey, that's not funny.
Vanessa and Dan were saying that. Serena's not even here yet. Thanks. So then Vanessa's like, just chill. The only gift I got you was a licked stamp. Like, you did it all by yourself. And she goes, the annual Dan Humphrey mix CD is more than enough for my Christmas gift. She's like, I'm not like Serena, focused on materialistic things.
I
don't need stuff like it. It's just not for me. So then Serena comes in and she is, for lack of a better term, walking on air.
Yeah.
Walking on air. She's so excited. She has a gift for Dan that she believes to be perfection. It's in this really fucking nice wooden box. He opens it. It's a watch. She goes, I realized the other day that you don't wear a watch. It's because you don't have one. Brokey. She's like, you don't even have a fucking Fitbit. Like, are you getting your steps in or what?
Waller, Jesus Christ.
So then I was like, you need to be on time for all these meetings with editors. You can't lose this job. This is your ticket to my world, okay? You can't lose these opportunities. And then she's like,
I'm just like, Serena, how did we land on thinking this was the quote unquote perfect gift?
Although I will say, I am surprised. Like, it does seem like a gift Dan would like.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, Dan, you hate the elite. You hate them. Like, why do you care if she spends her money on you? Like, because you don't want anyone to think that you're yuppie scum too.
Yeah,
you're dating Serena van der Woodsen, babe. They know.
I feel like she should have this gift would have gone over better if it was like an antique watch that like had like old, like it was an old leather, like
it needed to have a scratch on the face, like for sure.
It needed to look
not
worn.
Work. It needed to be broken. And so he's like
it would have been his dream to get a gift that is a broken clock, so that and then there's some like
it's a metaphor.
Deep, exactly.
It's a metaphor, absolutely. And I'm just like, Dan needs to go to the George O'Connell School of Opening Presents, because even if you don't fucking like it, you don't tell the person that in the moment. You saw how excited Serena was, and you said, "Where's my needle? I gotta pop this bubble." You said she's acting like Glinda the Good Witch arriving here by Bubble Pop. Pop. Freaking pop. And so he's like, I hate it. Well, he actually says it's the most amazing watch he's ever seen, but he can't accept it. She's like, yeah, you can. It's actually a gift for me because I had so much fun picking it out for you. And again, it's like, is her joy not important to you, Dan? Just take the fucking watch and get over it. And he's like, no, like, I only get my dad books. Like, we don't do big gifts.
And then Serena's gonna head out, and before she heads out, Vanessa pulls her aside. Vanessa pulls her aside and she goes, hey, okay, would it be helpful if I told you the name of his favorite used bookstore?
This is why I don't let you do this. This is why I don't let you say the lines, because what the fuck was that?
Line's reaction made me nervous. The way the body comedy she was doing on the other side of the screen.
I knew that you were gonna like botch it, and I was right. I was immediately right. Self-fulfilling prophecy vibes. Like, well, first of all, before this even happened, she skipped something. They made rules for Christmas. So the deadline tomorrow morning. Well, that's good because it's Christmas. Jesus Christ. And then price limit $50. I was ready for Dan to be like, okay, it's a little steep. Like, I was literally expecting him to be like, I don't have $50. And then as Serena's leaving, Vanessa goes, oh, by the way, I can tell you Dan's favorite used bookshop if you want. Secondhand bookshop. Girl, you mean half price books? Shut up. Like, his favorite one. And Serena's like, I'm good, brokey. And she leaves.
And then Serena's
been calling everyone brokey. And it's like, stop.
She pushes her down.
She's like,
she shatters her kneecap.
She punches her. She goes, sorry, I thought we were in the ring. Based on what you're wearing. Okay. So Rufus comes to a bar, and there's like some dude in there. We're like, who's this guy? And Rufus
he looks like a younger Rufus, low-key.
Kind of, yeah. Rufus comes up and goes, unless you want to be carried out of here, you're going to stay the hell away from my wife. Basically, it's a transatlantic accent. And Alex is, it's Alex, by the way, the guy that wrote the letter that was like, Al, Big Al, do me. And Dan read it.
And the signature was Little Al.
The signature was, your little Al misses you. You named it Little Al and it misses you.
No, that's not what I meant.
Yep. That's what you meant. So apparently we find out, because Rufus is like, my wife told you to leave her the hell alone. And Alex is like, oh, actually, it's not what your wife said. She said, I'm H-word for you, Alex. And Rufus is like, what does H-word mean? And then they have like, and then the scene ends.
Humphrey.
But anyway, so we basically find out Allison's a sneak, which, hey, I knew.
And a snake.
Taking a snake. Oh my God, I just remembered a crazy dream I had last night. At mom and dad's house, there was like a massive, like 150-foot massive cobra in the tree and all around.
In the tree and all around.
Terry, our old neighbor, was living in the house next door, and he came out of the window to tell me what it was and be careful. My guardian angel.
Oh, okay, so we are back at the rink.
Skating. Back in the rink.
And Blair is watching Roman and Roman.
Blair, yeah, you're gonna keep doing that, I know. Blair is definition pouting. look up pouting in the dictionary. Blair Waldorf on the ice rink on the rink.
The same way, if you look up betrayal in the dictionary, it's a picture of Maura Higgins. This is pouting.
Well, why is it a picture of Maura Higgins?
It's that picture of Maura.
The feeling of betrayal, not the act of betrayal.
Yeah,
the feeling of being betrayed. Betrayed, I think. Betrayal would be Rob. Phoebe, the eyes rolling out of your head shtick, getting old. Getting literally so old. Okay, so we're at the ice rink. Blair's pissed. Roman's trying to learn, and it's like freakishly bad. Like Roman is acting like a cartoon character.
I can't ice skate. Really,
he's like like he's like like that's what he's doing. It's like no one does that, and you're actually taking up so much space on the rink by doing that. Go get one of those things, those walkers, if you need
those
it.
Those are the best things ever. And like, why are they just reserved for kids?
Are they?
I'm like, hey kid, you have time to learn. I'm kind of past the point of learning.
Take lessons or something. So they want Blair's help. She's like, dream on. She gets a text and it says, just one question. How did you fake your virginity for Nate? And her face, her reaction, hilarious. She goes, ah! her mouth drops. So she's like, ah! And then Roman is like, while Blair is shocked, at her text, Roman comes careening towards her, and Gossip Girl has this excellent line. She goes, welcome to the Blair escapades. All the grace of Nancy Kerrigan, but packing the punch of Tanya Harding. And she trips Roman. He hits the ground, and guess who knows exactly what happened? Roman. Guess who doesn't? Harold.
I do think, Blair, we needed to feign a little bit of, oh my God.
Blair opens her arms like she's going to catch him in a big hug, and then she sticks out her foot, trips him, he falls, and she's like, fucking klutz. She might as well say, klutz. Brokey.
You can't afford ice skating lessons.
Skates. So Harold, and then we cut to an elevator with Blair and her mom. She goes, I just don't know why Daddy couldn't come get tea with me at the Carlisle, and instead of staying with Roman. Like, literally at the ER, they said he was fine. Like, I was staying with him at the ER. Blair, he's in the ER because of you.
Which I do think is a little dramatic. Like, what happened? Like, did your kneecap shatter?
Maybe the like, who knows? Maybe ice is hard. So Eleanor's like, look, like Roman is not as innocent as he seems, and Blair's like, do tell, mother. And so Eleanor's like, okay. Well, there was this other model.
It's like that moment when you are with your friend after hanging out with a group, and it's someone's like, I did not like that person. And it can be like, oh my God, finally. Blair is literally like, you took the words out of my mouth.
Yes.
I knew there was that backstabbing twat.
That French fox, which she actually does say. For me, that's the equivalent of when I go see a show, and before the show, I have been given the rundown from someone in the cast of the showmances, of the drama, of the behind, like I have everything. And this is me throughout the whole show at the Playbill. Opening, checking, see who everyone is. And then I can't wait to go talk about it after. Like, that is fun. Because I just get to like watch. And like, Okay, so Eleanor's like, yeah, there was this other model that I worked with a lot. His name was Freddie. And Roman was like so into him that he went like fucking crazy. And do not mention Freddie to your father. It's a very sore subject. And Blair goes, no, totally. What's Freddie's last name? What's its government name? So
do
funny.
You have his phone number? I'm just like curious what his area code is.
It's so fucking funny. Okay, so Rufus gets home from his date with Alex, and Alison is wrapping presents,
and she admits to him that they had been talking a little bit, because
Rufus goes,
in her words, and I don't buy this, she was like, I felt like I owed him like an explanation.
He felt like he was owed an explanation, and he was right. Like, I had to give him one. And I told him,
like, what about the explanation you didn't give to your family?
Stop calling. Well, exactly. Like, you just up and left one day. And also, like, I'm just like,
hey, I'll call it.
Did you tell him to stop calling, though? Because
you guys fucked.
Alex saw Rufus today and told him that you did not tell him to leave you alone. So who is telling the truth? Like, what is the truth here? And so the two of them end up basically agreeing that their relationship isn't going well. Oh my God, I could have told you that. Writing was kind of on the wall. And that maybe other people aren't the problem.
And I feel like the kids, when they find out, they're like, so you guys are gonna stop like this whole charade here?
Dan is like, thank God. Jenny's like, oh,
I feel like Dan was really probably taking on a lot of the stress of like thinking about, he's like,
parentified child, ever heard of it? Oh, right, you're not in therapy.
And now, a message from our sponsor.
This episode is sponsored by, I just wanted to point out that you're not in therapy. But anyway, so they just agree that they shouldn't be together anymore. Okay, so Jenny and Dan are at the coffee shop. Jenny is going through it, and Dan's trying to be a really good big bro. He's like, you want to talk about it? She's like, Dan, shut the fuck up. We have to figure out what you're getting, Serena.
Because Blair is going to hear about it, and I'm going to get blamed.
And it's in my head. Exactly. So they're trying to find it, and she's like, your gift, like, it has to be good enough to make up for the rest of her Christmas. And Dan's like, what are you talking about? And Jenny's like, news flash. She's having Christmas in the hotel, and it's not very homey. And Eric told me they're not even allowed to have trees. And Dan's like, light bulb.
And it is, I do think.
That's a universal sign for light bulb. And if you guys can't see that, I know you can't. Not gonna describe it.
And news,
because you should know it, because it's a universal sign for light bulb. I should have to teach it to you. News flash. You're not gonna. Do you see
Take
her
a
anywhere?
Look around.
News flash. You're not gonna. Her eyes become so alive, and she goes, "You're not gonna." Oh,
I might watch that tonight. I
saw a tweet that says they're the same age now. Like Dakota Fanning's the same age as Brittany Murphy.
I know. I can't. I actually can't handle it. They should have
recover. How do you move on
together?
How do you mend a broken heart? Like,
they should have been friends for life. Because imagine her at this age, and with having like Brittany Murphy as her like seeing them on red carpets now.
Yes, but there is a part of me that's also like, perhaps, and this is where, as we said in the beginning of the episode, Phoebe is a glass half full type of bitch, and I'm not. And I just, on one hand, I am like, God forbid, like, it had gotten worse for Brittany Murphy and Dakota Fanning had to get older and like more aware of what was happening. And like, I almost feel like, would it have been worse for her to have to like answer questions about Brittany Murphy or like consistently be seeing her and like, if she wasn't doing well?
I guess in my alternate universe that I'm painting here, I picture a Brittany Murphy in remission who's not struggling with those things and gets to continue her life and thrive and be successful and all of those things, and they get to share that together more than they
like that would be amazing.
Imagining like a 25-year anniversary of Uptown Girls, it's just so sad to me.
I know. It really is. Okay, so Blair is in her bedroom. She's leaving Chuck messages begging him not to tell anybody about them.
Did we discuss what Jenny initially suggested for Christmas?
Cheese of the Month Club or something for $600
for a year.
Yeah.
Insane.
A steal.
I don't know.
Just kidding.
Is it?
It's not $50, Jen. Come on.
So Serena comes into the room and Blair says she needs her old modeling login.
And Serena's like, what? From that old rinky-dink Gap?
We find out that it was like
out when I was
like in Times Square. It was like it was like a real
thing? She's like, let me see if I still know it. We're in.
And mainframe hacked.
And it's so funny. Blair goes, called you an hour ago, BTW, you're late.
And this is where
she says BTW, which is like hilarious to me.
I know Caroline is the Blair. She had her minions in high school, famously. But that line, there are so many lines that Blair says that are just, they're Kelly.
They are, but Kelly would never say that to me because Kelly is not on time ever.
I know that's the part that isn't her, but that is the kind of thing where she would say, if she were a punctual person and that was something that was important to her, she would say,
a lot of times Blair is very Chloe. One time, like when we were in college, Michelle was like, God, it's just like such a bummer because you and Chloe could take such good Serena and Blair pics, but like you would have to be Serena. I was like, I know. Not because Chloe's more Blair, just because of the hair color.
Wait, but I do feel like maybe in college y'all were like Blair and Serena coded.
It was a little bit more that way, I would say.
Because you were so... Caroline was kind of crazy.
So what? I was a yes girl? Yes, I was. Chloe was like, can you please not be doing this anymore?
Caroline comes home for parties. The lights are completely off. Chloe is tucked in.
Chloe was fed up with me, like for real. Well,
she's like studying. She's one light on
a month, and then there was that one party where I went, and the theme was drunk literary characters. So I went as Eloise, of course, because she is a literary character, and I gave Chloe my keys because I was like, I'm going to stay at your house and I'm going to sleep at your house because the party was in Kevsko Alley, which is right next to Chloe's apartment. So it was perfect. I was like, I'm going to come sleep at your house. But then rekindled with my ex-boyfriend and we hooked up that night. And then I told him, I was like, nobody can know that this happened. Like this has to be like, no one can know this happened. And he's like, okay. And I was like, if anybody asks you, like the last time you saw me, you tell them it was last night. Like tell them, like do not tell them you were with me. So he drives me to public safety at like 7 a.m. so that I can get a key to my room because my keys are in Chloe's bag. I get my key from public safety in my Eloise costume, go into my bedroom, dead asleep, okay? Wake up 5 p.m., Chloe Field opening my door, and she's like, are you fucking kidding me, Caroline? Are you fucking kidding me, Caroline? And I was like, what? Wait, what? And I wake up.
Wait, what?
Still dressed like Eloise. I wake up. I'm like, what? She's like, what the fuck? How did you get in here? I have your keys. I was like, public safety. She's like, where were you? We were literally about to call your mom. Like, she's like, we've all been looking for you. Like me, Addie, Peter, Matt, Nate. Like we've all been like trying to, like, you're not answering your phone. Phone was dead. And I was asleep. They're like, and Chloe, like they were like, there's no possible way she's at home because I have her keys.
Caroline 2 minutes ago saying like, she's not. Taking pictures would be hard because she's not really a Serena.
This is why Chloe is Blair like. And Chloe's like, I was so sure there was no chance you were in here because, and this is before I Find My Friends. She was like, because I have your keys.
Well, thank God it was before Find My Friends because they would have all known whose house you were at.
Well, then they ended up calling him and being like, hey, like, when is the last time you saw Caroline? And he's like, last night. Like, and he said exactly what I told him to say. But he knew, like, he could have solved this. He literally could have been like, oh, she's totally fine. I took her to public safety this morning. She's in her house. Like, he could have said it, but he was so scared to tell them the truth because I instilled the fear of God in him.
You fully had to go to public safety to get the key to
get another key. Well, I didn't have it.
No, but I mean, like,
and I had no roommate. It was just me.
I went to college where, like, you would call the RA on duty and they had access to the key box.
Girl, if I even knew who my RA was, that was a miracle. I don't even know.
Well, no, I mean, we had it posted up. There was a different RA on duty every night that had to have their phone ringer on. So
it was also like
their cell phone number was posted.
People were like going to the gym, like when I was walking in, like in my Eloise costume, like it was the morning. Anyway, but yeah, so I did have to, because I was like, I can't tell Chloe that I didn't sleep at home because everyone was gonna be like so mad at me if I hooked up with this guy. So I was like, you cannot tell anybody. And there was this other girl that like his ex-girlfriend was gonna like actually string me up by my toenails, and I was like, I'm scared of her. So like no one can know. And literally that could have solved everything if I just not told him how much of a secret it was and if he had just not listened. Chloe was so pissed off at me. Anyway, so there's that story. Okay, so anyway,
she's able to log in. She gets in and Blair is able to find Freddie's information so that she can start scheming.
There's such a good line here though. Serena's like, what can you even buy for $50 these days? And like Blair's like, I don't know. And then she goes, just buy him a gold money clip from Cartier. Say it's $49.99. He won't know the difference. I just think that's so funny.
And so Serena goes back to the coffee shop. She wants to know the name of that used
tail
bookstore.
Between my legs, like off my hours, asking for your help for Dan. And Vanessa's like, take this opportunity to gloat, but I actually like you.
Vanessa's like, here's the thing about Dan. He doesn't really like things.
I know this is a foreign concept to you in your world, but Dan's more of like a moments guy. Ever heard of that? Do you know what a moment is?
And Serena said that the only thing he said that he really wanted is snow for Christmas. And she's like, and I can't even give him that.
So we go to the Victoria's Secret party at the Waldorfs. And you know what? For a Tuesday episode, I should look into this actually and see like what the significance of this is. Like what was going on with Victoria's Secret at this time that they did this partnership with Gossip Girl.
I wonder if this was when Lex Wessner left. And they needed to kind of do like a PR revamp.
Maybe. Because it is so funny. Like, they're having this whole party, you know, for Eleanor's whatever, but it's Christmas Eve and it's a Victoria's Secret themed party. And little, like, girls who are, not little girls who are dressed in, like, pink Victoria's Secret PJs and Santa hats are walking around the party, like passing appetizers, and then the tree in the house and the Waldorf house is a Victoria's Secret themed Christmas tree, which is just not on brand.
Actually, this is crazy. He left like I was gonna say he just left. He left in 2020. That's 6 years ago. Makes me sick to my stomach. But yeah, so it wasn't that. But I wonder if I don't know.
Will you write it down? Will you put it in the Tuesday note and then like that, because that could also be something we do later where it's like at the end of the season we go through all of these little moments that like we wanted to look at and break it down that way. You know what I mean? Guys, we're finding our footing with like what Tuesdays are going to be like for us. So thank you for your patience. Okay, so while Phoebe's writing that, we're at this party and it just is funny because like Eleanor does this whole show of like showing somebody the tree. She says, I walked into Victoria's Secret and just fell in love with this Christmas tree. Look at the lipstick ornament. And I'm like, Eleanor, blink twice if you're okay. Like, this is just not you. So Rufus calls Lily, who is at the party, and he's like on his fire escape. I thought he was barefoot. No, he's got boots on, but I did think it was barefoot and I was terrified. And Lily says to him, look, if there's something you want to say, you should just go ahead and say it. And Rufus is like, well, is there something that you want me to say? I'm just calling to say Merry Christmas. And Lily seems disappointed. Like, it seems like she really wants Rufus to give her a reason not to go public with Bartholomew Bass. Like, that's what she wants. But she's not going to come right out and say it. They're both too stubborn. Rufus isn't going to say it without knowing that it's going to work. And so she goes, well, I'm flying to Anguilla with Bart tonight, so I'm expecting it to be a great holiday. And she hangs up and then she's like, why the fuck did I say that? I'm not going there. What's wrong with me? Then, if you can believe it, the handsome silver fox from the park walks into the Waldorf residence.
I'm a little bit like, you didn't have Christmas Eve plans?
You were with a little girl who
you just dropped everything to come
I think it was
here?
your niece. So maybe he doesn't have kids. Like, that was his thing. And like, what, I don't know. But, or maybe he's so taken with Eleanor Waldorf. He was like, I will make time.
Seems
anyway,
so.
Roman tracked him down and invited him. And this man tells Eleanor that. And Eleanor walks away and she's like, enjoy the party. And she goes over to Roman. She's like, why did you invite a strange man into my home? And you practically picked him up off the street. And Ramon's like, ha ha ha, his name's Jack Toth. He's actually a hedge fund manager. He's richy rich. He's on a brokey. He's rich. And Eleanor's like still annoyed. And he looks at Eleanor and he's like, listen, we have been friends a long time, since before Mark Jacobs went to rehab. And she looks at him and she says, friends don't steal each other's husbands. And like, that is true, Roman. Like, I don't know how you get to come in here and act like there's not something to apologize for. And if it's already happened, then I need to see that flashback. Like, I need to see, because you're like doing nice things now, Roman, but it's like,
it's just like there was a right way to do it. Like, Harold, if you realize you're having these feelings, and obviously there was something that she understood about what was going on, but it's like,
we saw that in the Thanksgiving episode. It
Harold,
seems like
you
they had
need to say, I don't think this marriage is working before you just decide you're going to date someone.
It's just not fair. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's one of those issues where like it gets tough because it's like I'm not happy for you to live your truth, but also I have to be allowed to not be happy right away because you broke my heart. And it's not even like it makes it tough because it's almost like it's sort of how I felt when like Caitlyn Jenner came out and Kris Jenner like had to very publicly just like be so supportive, but she was like, I'm also like mourning my marriage. Like, I'm like sad about this. And like, but if I act anything other than just overjoyed, then like that looks really bad for her. So it's such a complicated thing. And I wish that Roman,
especially in marriages like that,
they have to be the ones to lead that, because it is so complicated. You know what I mean?
And how is the wife to know? Like if they don't know what's going on. And also like it's hard when there's so much love. You love that person so much.
You have a child together. Like, and so then there's that, you know, it's just so much. So
Blair calls Nate's housekeeper to
he's like allegedly supposed to be here.
I know. She mentioned that earlier, like he was going to leave.
And like Nate seems obsessed with Blair right now. What do you mean you didn't text her to let her know?
I know, it's very weird. But then we find out later someone is pulling some strings.
It's just weird.
So he hasn't left. Or I mean, she's texting to see if he left.
Yes.
And she learns that he left a few hours ago, actually. And so she's like, he should be here.
Yeah. Weird. So Blair goes in her room. This is hilarious to me. Vanessa, Eric, Serena posted up on Blair's duvet with shoes on, and they're like cutting things out and making crafts. And Blair goes, Dorota's going to kill you if you get glue on that comforter. By the way, hilarious moment, because Blair is a Spencer Hastings girly as well. There is a dictionary at the foot of her bed. And it looks worn, which I loved. It's a paperback. It's a big-ass paperback dictionary, and it looks worn.
Wait, that's so cute. That's so cute. I do think Blair saying Dorota's going to be so mad if you get glue on that duvet is her way of saying, I'm going to be so mad if you get glue on that duvet.
Yeah. She's like, what are you doing? And Serena's like, sorry, we turned your bedroom into an art studio. It's like, yeah. Like,
you mean
this isn't the type of room you turn into a craft room, actually. It's not like a hand-painted mural of like Marie Antoinette on the wall. Like this isn't the art room.
So they're making Dan's gift, and Blair is like, "Well, Vanessa, would you want to come home and find a new pair of scissors?"
Lead us into this though, because Vanessa says to Serena, she's like, oh, "He's gonna love it." And like, there's this sort of look on Vanessa's face, almost like, you know, there's like a little bit of something that Blair clocks within milliseconds. Disgust washes over Blair's face. She looks at Vanessa and it's like this, like she smells something putrid. And she goes, Vanessa, I think I'd like to help with this little project. Can you help me find another pair of scissors? Goes in the bathroom. When I was like, there aren't going to be scissors in there, but there are.
There were.
There were. And they come in, and this is just so epic, Blair. And also good friend, because you know what? She's right. She looks at Vanessa and she goes, Serena's so grateful because she likes to see that. This is you and me. Ready?
Wait,
Serena is so grateful because she likes to see the best in people. I like to see the truth. She says, I think you like, and Vanessa's like, and what is that?
The concept of me and Caroline being Serena and Blair.
Phoebe is so grateful because she likes to see the best in people. I like to see the truth.
And then Caroline pushes them down and they shatter their kneecap.
Whatever. I would. And I'd do it again. And Blair looks at Vanessa and says, I think you like Dan a little too much. Just thought I should let you know someone's watching. Merry Christmas.
She is so funny. She's such a good friend, but she's also like, she's so good.
It's so good. Vanessa comes out. She's like, I'm leaving now. And
I'm taking the snowflakes I made with me.
yeah. She's like, I'm taking my Fiskars. And Blair goes to leave too. And Eric's like, I thought you wanted to help. And she goes, I think my work here's done. So then Lily comes in. Why are we all hanging out in Blair's bedroom?
I know, it's so weird.
And she's like, let's go get ice cream, kids.
Okay,
let's go get ice cream.
I lost my place.
And they're like, no, like we're busy.
And busy
she's
making
like,
it freaking snow.
She's like, do you know how much work that is? Lily's like, just the three of us want to go. And Serena's like, whenever it's just the three of us, it means you're dating someone new, and whoever it is, I don't care. I'll meet him at the wedding. And then Lily's like, well, it's Bart. And they're like,
and then she tries to convince them that it's like casual.
So Serena, as usual, you're being overly dramatic, which I loved. She goes, I'm not marrying him. It's casual. And I'm not asking permission. And she turns on her heel and walks out.
And then
a 2-finger salute. Salute.
Caroline wishes that was the song that played so badly.
I know I do, because I told you that.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And now you're weaponizing the things that I say against me, and I'm like, what?
Let me tell you what I'm so excited for when we're done recording. Five Guys yesterday ran a buy one, get one promotion. So I have another burger in my refrigerator right now.
Bro, I'm
going to put it in the tin foil in the air fryer with whatever fries are left over. Yeah. And watch Homeland. Get comfy cozy.
Let's keep going here. Okay, so Dan and Jenny are carrying a tree through the streets of New York on Christmas Eve.
Okay, when Harry met Sally vibes.
It is. Apparently they stole it. Jenny's stressed. And Jenny's like, but this is really romantic. And speaking of romance, I wonder what mom and dad are getting each other for Christmas. And Dan's like, Jenny, go stand in the middle of the street. Go play in the street.
And wait till the light turns green.
And just wait. Like, and just go do that. Isn't that crazy that adults used to be like, go play in the street? Like, as a joke when they're annoyed at the kids. I'm like, okay, and that's a death threat.
Wait, I've never had an adult say that to me.
Well, I don't know that I've had it said to me, but that was like a thing, like on TV and stuff. They'd be like, go play in the street. Like, it was like a very
and again,
common...
this is me and Caroline, glass half full, glass half empty, because in my brain I was like, oh, it's like we're just gonna go outside and play.
Like, they must live in a quiet neighborhood. They must live in a dead end.
I wasn't thinking about it in the way
they
of like,
live in a cul-de-sac.
Oh, they hope a car comes.
Yeah, no, they're saying go play in traffic. Like, maybe that's it. Go play in traffic.
Yeah, that I've heard.
Maybe that's the same thing. Anyway, whatever. Jenny's like, I just thought if mom and dad were under the same roof, we would go back to how things were. And Dan's like, okay, listen, this is kind of my thing. Where's my pin? Okay, you traveled here, my bubble. Pop, they're going to split. Okay? Mom and dad don't love each other anymore. News flash.
Hey, mom and dad?
Do you see any in-law parents around here? News flash.
You're not gonna.
And then Jenny's like so upset and starts crying. She's like, it's literally my fault. If I had never brought mom back, we could have just kept pretending. And Dan's like, actually, you did the right thing. So back to the Waldorf Victoria's Secret party. Eleanor is stressed and she takes a Victoria's Secret bag, the old like epic pink striped Victoria's Secret bag.
Why'd we get rid of those?
Walks up to Jack, pushes it into his chest, and just gives it to him. She's like, so what? You like ice skating? Like what? She's like, okay, fine, I'll flirt. What? Then Blair's scheme comes to fruition. Freddie the model walks in. Eleanor's like, Jack, pause on this. Gotta deal with this. And he's like, oh, Ramon actually invited me. And we just keep panning over to Blair sitting. First of all, it's so funny because if we had been doing this, oh my God, asses would have been kicked. Like, she is sitting on a chase, feet up, middle of the party on her Orange Envy texting. No one's in her house. Like, she's just chilling like it's the end of the party.
And the way she looks up from her phone, her head is angled down looking at the phone, but her eyes go up. And she like has just the hint of a smirk.
It's so funny.
Or just like the hint of pride too. The way she's like,
yeah. She's like, I don't know how I got here. So Harold is livid. Harold walks in and he's like, oh my God. And Ramon's like, I can't believe you don't trust me. Obviously I didn't invite him. And Eleanor goes, doing some mental math. Blair invited this man.
Blair.
Yeah, Blair did this. She's like, okay. And then she looks at Freddie. She's like, if you want to be the featured model in my spring catalog, tell me the truth. And he's like, okay, fine. She offered me a cruise and to pay for my gym membership. And Eleanor's like, we'll take the cruise.
Which, by the way,
you're never going to be in my fucking catalog.
That is so funny that Blair was like, I'll
buy you a cruise?
Get you a cruise and pay for your gym membership?
Like what? She's like, what do gay men love? Being fit and going on a cruise. Like, yes. So Eleanor like brings Harold over. She's like, look, we need to have a talk parent to parent. You need to not go scream at Blair right now, even though you want to. You need to give her space. And she's like, I just want to know how you thought Blair was going to react when you showed up here unannounced with your lover. And she goes, look, Blair learned scheming from her mother and unrealistic dreaming from her father. She tries really hard to be grown up, but don't you be fooled. She's still a little girl who needs her daddy. Okay, that was good. It was good. And also, like, true. Thank you, Eleanor, for saying it.
I lost my...
Are you okay? Like, what's up?
I'm looking at my notes.
Okay.
I'm just trying. I forget. I lost my place.
Dan and Jenny made it to the palace with the big ass tree. And Jenny's like, okay, I'll distract the concierge while you sneak it in. And then, oh my God, Lily Vanderwoodson shows up. And she somehow knows exactly what's happening here.
Which is...
She's like, let me guess. You were going to go distract the concierge and sneak the Christmas tree into my home? They're like, yeah.
That's always how she talks, specifically to Dan. She's like, yes. So... You're here to wait all day around to see my daughter?
Literally, yes. So she's like, but Bobby at the service entrance, he can be bought. Come. And she goes in, so she's going to help them do it.
Funny.
Come. Okay, so we're at the art gallery with Serena and Vanessa, who are newfound besties. And Vanessa's about to leave because Dan's coming to see the gift. And Serena's like, no, stay, Vanessa, stay. Like, I want you to see Dan's face.
Like,
and then
I
Vanessa's
do
like,
believe Serena is saying that earnestly. Like, I do
is actually
think
like a
that
nice
she means it.
Yeah. And then she's like, well, I'll tell them how much you did.
But it is crazy that that's something Serena wants.
Because just given what the gift is, of course. Given what we know the gift is.
And I can't wait
until
we get to
stay. Fucking psycho.
Vanessa, stay. I want you to see his reaction.
Serena's like, I'll tell him how much you did. And Vanessa's like, please don't. She's like, just enjoy your night. And like, they actually seem like she seems happy for Serena. Serena seems so happy.
Yeah, it seems good.
Blair calls Nate again. He doesn't answer. She's in her bedroom. She's all fucking stressed. And her dad comes in, wanted to say goodbye. I'm like, God, your timing is impeccable. And he asks Blair to forgive
you're
him.
leaving now?
I know.
You're not going to come by in the morning before your flight to say goodbye?
Exactly. He's like, well, I was just kind of hoping if we were all thrown together, something perfect would happen and you'd love him too. And Blair's like, well, you know what I actually wanted to do? I wanted to fucking convince you to stay here, but you bought a vineyard with your lover and you're never coming back, like ever. What's next? A commitment ceremony? And Harold's like, oh, baby, we're way past that. But he goes, listen, there's always room for you, no matter where I am or who I'm with. And he hands her a CD and he's like, this is part of your Christmas gift. And they put it in her computer and they're looking through and it's like images of the vineyard that they bought in France. And then they're like, and this is your room. And she, just the joy on her face. And he's like, we're having it decorated for you. And then it goes to a photo of Ramon holding a cat. And she's like, oh my God, a cat. And they're like, yep, named cat after your favorite movie. It was Ramon's idea. And like, we're really hoping that you'll come spend the whole summer with
just
us.
like, where has this energy been the whole trip?
Exactly.
Because it's clear you guys like talk about her all the time. Like,
yes.
I just don't understand.
It's clear Ramon is also trying to like make sure she's top of mind for you. Like he's
it's confusing to me that this trip, like, it seems like a no-brainer to me if this is the situation where like you can at least somewhat amicably get along with Eleanor. That the Christmas trip isn't like a 2-week, I come to America, I live in France. First of all, can't believe you moved to France, number one.
Yeah.
But also, you're coming, your trips are extended for these holidays.
Exactly. So back to the gallery, Dan comes in, finds Serena on a mattress in the middle of a snowy gallery. She's got like projections of snow all over. It is like so pretty. And I remember watching this and being like, okay, romance.
Okay,
like,
this is how I have to lose my V card.
This is how I have to lose my virginity. Like the snow, and then and then she's got like the handmade snowflakes all over the walls.
So sweet.
Super cute. And then she's got like actual fake snow like in her hair, like maybe falling from somewhere. It's just very cute. And, you know, she's like, I had help from my elves. And he says that her present's waiting at home, but he did bring her a pre-present. And he hands her the original 10805 story ripped right out of the spiral notebook. And he tells her that he was accidentally invited to a birthday party and he met a girl and she only spoke 2 sentences to him, but he never forgot her. And she's like, okay, time to show you my boobs.
And now it's time for your gift.
And
then she takes off of her body the boxing jacket that Vanessa lent her. And
she's like,
she
thought
says,
that you would like this.
And my gift for you?
These titties.
Sex.
She literally is like within seconds of them sitting on that mattress, she's like, and let me take my top off. Like, she just like immediately is like, and he's like, are we really doing this? He's like, can you not give me blue balls again? He's like, are we really going to do this? Because if we're not, I don't want to like, and she's like, hell yeah, babe. So they do. And then, oh my God, we look up through the skylight. It's actually snowing in Manhattan.
Serena, how much did you pay the big man for that?
Okay.
Vanessa's on the roof. Vanessa's on the roof with like
Vanessa's
a bubble machine.
You know what I am tired. I'm getting tired. She's watching. And Serena's like, and I thought it'd be really special if you could film it too, so we could watch it later. Anyway, they wake up.
Movie night.
It's really snowing. All they had to do was have sex for it to snow. Just so you guys know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Vanessa's on the roof with a machine making it snow.
Oh. No, I know. That's what you were saying.
Oh.
But I'm saying since it really did snow, I'm like, all they had to do was have sex and then it would snow.
Right, it's a Christmas miracle.
That's all. Everybody kind of knows that, but they didn't know it yet. So he says it's the best Christmas ever because he's not a virgin. And he's like, I hate to break the spell, but we got to get home before our families wake up. And it's like, yeah, you do.
Doing this on Christmas Eve.
Christmas morning, yeah, you do.
Mom would never let us go anywhere Christmas Eve.
Well, like, number one, Santa doesn't come unless you're asleep. Number two, like, I would see all the gifts in the morning that Santa brought.
Exactly. It's kind of like how Caroline has to close her eyes now when she comes over on
except
Christmas
for this
morning.
Christmas, they like didn't. I was like, okay, like, who's gonna make sure I'm not peeking? Like, no one. They're like, just walk in. I was like, what?
We really need to get a separate entrance so you can just go straight upstairs.
Pissed off about it. It's like when I like came home from a New Year's party because I didn't tell anyone I was coming home, but I wanted to, and so someone brought me home, and then I went in through the garage, and then no one heard me, and then I came down in the morning, and Mom was like, ah! She was like, "How did you get home?" And I was like, "I've been home for hours asleep in my bed." And she was like, I'm scared that I didn't hear you come in. I'm like, I'm scared.
Your childhood bedroom was so cozy.
Mine, yeah, but it was so hot in there.
I bet. But I liked the paneling that was on there.
I hated it. Okay, so I covered it in Nick Jonas's face, of course. Okay, so Eleanor, we're at the Waldorf mansion penthouse. Eleanor comes downstairs with Jack. Okay, we had a one night stand. Or will it be more than that?
Okay,
perhaps?
Slut.
Okay, slutty Eleanor. I love this for you. I mean, she did just have a Victoria's Secret party. It was kind of implied they'd be doing it.
Caroline, everyone has to buy underwear. Not just sluts.
Well, I don't wear underwear almost ever.
Yeah, and Caroline, because you're a skank.
I'm a skank and I'm married and I'm still a skank. But not in that way. I'm just like, I don't know. It's an attitude. Like, I don't know. Okay, so anyway, she comes downstairs with Jack and they kiss. And she goes, who knew there were men like you wandering around Central Park lost? And then elevator. Okay, I just like will never not get over like the elevator just like brings people in unannounced whenever.
I know. You guys have a really shitty doorman down there.
Like it's crazy to me. So Ramon and Harold show up. Ramon is so pumped to see that Eleanor has sex glow all over her face. Eleanor's like, I got bedded last night, and Ramon's like, hell yeah, the plan worked. Their flights were canceled, and Harold's like, don't worry, we're not going to stay here. Like, I know Christmas is just for you guys. And Eleanor goes, no, don't be ridiculous. You'll stay here. So they are going to stay here. And Blair Blair comes downstairs walking on
It's like the best Christmas gift.
Oh my God, she's so happy. And she like goes right up to Ramon. She goes, Ramon, you're in for a treat because a Waldorf Christmas is like no other. And she's actually going to have her Waldorf Christmas because her dad
and
is
that's
here.
where
like,
she is like the hybrid of Hannah and Spencer.
No, she is. With a little bit of Mona. Just a sprinkle of
the
Mona.
the scheming.
Yeah.
Like it would be like if Spencer were a little bit more like Mona.
Yeah.
In terms of
totally.
Because Spencer's always scheming to fix something. Blair is scheming to disturb
Sometimes
something.
she's starting, she wants to disturb the comfortable, just like art does. Art is meant to comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable.
That is Vanessa's Instagram
has
bio.
That tattooed. Okay, both. As soon as she turns 18, it'll be tattooed. But right now, it's her Instagram bio.
Across her shoulders on the back.
It's the epigraph in her college admissions essay. It's like the very beginning.
And it's her. She cites herself.
Yeah, and she's like Vanessa Abrams and then like whoever fucking said it. She's like, well, I didn't even know that was already a quote. I did come up with it. You can't tell me I didn't. I did come up with it. I just didn't know that someone else had already come up with it too. Anyway, so Serena walks into the hotel and sees the tree. And honestly, like, that is so sweet.
That's such a sweet gift.
Like, they both, like, I know that we were joking that, like, her gift was sex, but, like, the snow, like, it actually, like.
And it got to the root of, like, what the initial problem with the watch was. Like, it was so thoughtful, both of their gifts.
It's really sweet. And it's a moment, it's, like, one of those episodes that, like, for their relationship, I'm like, oh, I really like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it makes me like, it's sweet.
I would have, as a person, I would have liked to have received Dan's gift more than Serena's. However,
well, yeah,
I think Serena's was more thoughtful because it was something she remembered him saying.
Mm-hmm. Even if they just hung out in there, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's.
Whereas Dan, it was still very sweet, but like it wasn't like he picked up on something Serena was saying and was like, I need this, like, Jenny knew the thing about I mean, I don't know. True. But I like that Serena's was like, she remembered him saying something.
Yes.
And that was the gift.
It was cute. So Dan walks into the Humphrey loft and Rufus is already up making chocolate chip waffles with caramel syrup because that's Christmas specialty. And, they're like, ha ha ha, where have you been moment. And Allison's still here, which is kind of funny. And in this moment, Rufus realizes that Lily is not away out of the country with Bart because Dan's like, oh yeah, she helped me with it. And he's like, well, how is that possible? She's not here. And he's like, no, they're going to the Nutcracker tomorrow.
Mhm.
And so Rufus is like, wheels are turning.
He's like, oh my God, I need to dust off my old boombox.
Yes,
stand out
basically,
the
yes.
window.
So he's like, I have to go to the gallery to work. And they're like, it's Christmas. And Jenny is pissed. Jenny's pissed.
And Dan's like, I see what's happening here.
I see what's happening here.
Wait, I was going to sing it, but is it Moana?
Yeah. Can't?
I was trying to think about what it was, but I just couldn't.
Face to face with greatness, and it's strange.
Yeah.
You don't even know how to feel. It's adorable. It's nice to see that humans never change. Okay, so finishing this up, Waldorf Christmas, so cute. Everyone's exchanging gifts is great. Blair got Dorota a phone. She goes, so we can text. You like it? I love it.
No, that was in Dorota. You can see this is I feel like where they started to shift. They started to shift Dorota's character because I feel like in the beginning they wanted Dorota to kind of be like eye rolling at them, not like. But now we see
the Dorota Blair relationship.
I love it.
Everything to me. I mean, I'm sorry. Sweet. I'm partial to a nanny relationship. Like the nanny relationship is important for any girl. It just is. So back to the Humphrey residence. Rufus is out. Alison, Dan, and Jenny are opening gifts. They're like, be real, Mom. Are you going back to Hudson? She's like, hell yeah, but we're gonna be fine. And they all hug, and that's that. Then we go to the Vanderwoodsons, and why is Serena in full lingerie? I know we had the Victoria's Secret party last night, but you're in full lingerie, and Bartholomew Bass is here. It's weird.
It is weird. And what's even weirder is what we thought was a casual hookup doesn't seem so casual anymore.
No, but wait. I want to know what you think about this. Okay, so Eric opens the gift from Bart, and it's a Marlins sweater. And Bart's like, I know how you like Florida. Which is where they all said he was when he was in the Off-Shop Center. And I'm like, in a way, though, for Bart who doesn't know that, am I like, that's kind of like cute? Like, I know.
No, I agree, especially because if you remember the first time when they took Eric out to go to the event, he specifically said, go Marlins to Bart.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that like is kind of like, I'm not going to get Bart Bass flowers, but like in this moment, I'm like, they're acting like
he's
it's trying so out of touch and crazy. And I'm like, that is kind of like, it's Lily's fault, really, that he didn't like know better what to do here. But like, especially because like you guys didn't even know you were spending Christmas with him and you didn't even do gifts. Not that you need to get him a gift, but like, it seems like that took some thought, which is like kind of, I don't know.
And he remembered that he said that. Like he was like, what can I get him? Like I remember him saying that. I agree. Like I think it's like sweet.
Lily is important to him because he does remember those moments. But it is like it shows how not important he is to Lily because she didn't even tell him like
right. It would be so interesting to see if they had taken the show in a different direction and had them because I do feel like Lily like softens Bart. Like when he's with Lily, I actually
I
don't
the
mind
Chuck
him.
Lily relationship. Like I
think it's really special.
Too. Lily is like a mom to so many that aren't her own kids.
Exactly. But when Serena's like, I don't need a mom.
Serena's like, can you be a mom to somebody else? Like maybe Jenny? I don't need one. I don't need a mom. I think I made that perfectly clear. Anyway, so so then Serena, full lingerie. So then Bart is like, by the way, guys, I'm really happy we're all together because I want to tell you that I have really deep feelings for your mother. And Lily's, by the way, crazy. Lily's phone starts ringing. Ringtone is Deck the Halls. No, it isn't. Okay, completely took me out of it. No, it isn't. Lily Vanderwoodson's ringtone over Christmas is not Deck the Halls.
Her phone's on silent.
Her
phone is on silent.
It's on silent. And it's just, we're not changing. If there is a ringtone, it's the company, it's the factory settings. Like it's not, she didn't, and she's certainly not changing it seasonally.
No.
It's so funny. It starts ringing and Serena's like, Mom, your phone. Like she immediately knows it's hers. I'm like, oh my God. It's just a hilarious detail. But so her phone is ringing and Bart's like, don't answer that. Don't answer that. You're not going to want to interrupt this moment. Pulls out a fucking ring box, starts proposing to her. And we're like, okay, but who's calling? Who's calling? Oh, I'll tell you. And actually, this is the boombox moment. And actually, it's kind of a really great monologue that I might look up right now to read because I think it's really good. Didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Talk
I was
through
kind
the
of
rest of the moment while I find it.
I was kind of distracted by him. So Rufus is outside and he's not wearing a jacket. He does mention that in the monologue, but I immediately noticed it. I was like,
yeah,
it looks way too cold for you to be standing outside here. You're not even going to go step in the lobby?
I know. Okay, ready? It goes like this. Hey, Lil. So yeah, he's standing
like
outside, arms are crossed.
Hey, everyone.
Shivering.
All right. It goes like this.
He goes like this. Inside, Lily's getting proposed to. Okay? Hey, Lil. You know everything's closed on Christmas. Diners that claim to be open 24/7. It's false advertising. Allison's leaving. Yeah, she's spending time alone with the kids, and I've seemed to walk all the way from Brook.
Drama is rolling over right now. Drama's pissed.
And I've seemed to walk all the way from Brooklyn to your doorstep without a jacket in the snow. So what the hell? I miss you. Then I've been missing you for a while. Click. Ow. Wow. Wow. I know I'm making fun of him, but also kind of like a moment. Like, that's kind of a moment.
Yeah.
So what the hell? I've been missing you for a while. It feels like it's out of a play, actually. That is how that monologue would go in a play.
That is a voicemail.
You know everything's closed on Christmas? Diners that claim to be open 24/7? It's false advertising. Anyway,
that is a voicemail left for Aria Montgomery from Ezra Fitz.
100%. Or vice versa, honestly. So then, like, Lily, before she answers the question, her phone beeps and it's like one new message and it's like, what if she listened to the message? But she doesn't.
I know. How would that have changed the whole trajectory of this?
I know. And then Blair opens up a text from Chuck. It says, don't worry, B, who would I tell? Swipe. Selfie of him and Nathaniel.
Yikes.
Nate, why did you tell her that you were going
Yeah.
That's
You were
weird to me.
obsessed with her.
Yeah,
24 hours
Well,
ago.
because he got what he wanted, and men are
and he's a
simple.
man.
And men are
because he's a
simple.
man.
And I'll just say it, men are simple. Okay, so that's the episode. This episode was fun. I know it's long, but like I do think.
But honestly, I kept expecting.
I think
to
it's
look
an
at the
instant
time.
classic.
I kept expecting to look at the time and be like, we've spoken for 2.5 hours. We just hit 2 hours. This is.
I mean, that's nothing for us. That's nothing. Phoebe, why don't you read us? I actually love the next episode. Why don't you read us the synopsis? That's
synopsis. That's Sid's full name. Synopsis vicious.
Synopsis vicious. Synopsis vicious.
That's what drama calls him to make fun of him. To really rile him up.
Synopsis. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Season 1, episode 12, School Lies. When an unauthorized realize.
Go ahead.
When an unauthorized pool party. Oh, this is a good episode.
It's such a good one.
When an unauthorized.
Nate obsessed with Blair immediately in this episode again. And I'm like, okay, so what's with all that? What's with Monica?
You needed to go on a bender with Chuck.
Was this like the Halloween vibe where like this episode like happened and then they took like a little break maybe because they thought we'd forget? I didn't.
When an unauthorized pool party in the school goes disastrously wrong, the head teacher threatens to expel all those involved unless the party's organizer is revealed. Most people agree not to blab, but Dan is not prepared.
Dies.
I forgot about that.
Somebody full on dies.
I was reading this and I was like, expulsion seems a little bit dramatic.
They're like, okay, we're not telling, right? Someone's dead. Body's cold.
Most people agree not to blab, but Dan is not prepared to risk his future by covering for someone else, which causes a rift between him and Serena. Meanwhile, Vanessa accidentally films Blair and Chuck talking about their affair.
Oh my God, wait, I can't with this next. I think Vanessa's arc now is that she is going to film a documentary. And she's like filming all the time. And they're like, can you not? I'm pretty sure that's like her
having
next
an
thing.
affair right here.
Yeah, no, it's like she's just constantly everywhere with her camera. Like, I'm not kidding you. I think that's what this next thing is for her. Oh my God.
Me with my camera.
Okay, like, tell me you're not having a little more fun with our girls now. With these girls.
Well, today was a blast.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. So thank you so much for listening. As I mentioned, there are 2 episodes on our Patreon that you might not have heard yet that you can go listen to. We love you guys so much. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next week.
And
thank you so much.
Of course I did.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
Of course I did. Stupid.